This is Rajveer, student ID 30115596. I'm going to discuss disaster recovery. Disaster recovery usually applies to IT systems, and it is a process of an organization executes in response to a crisis. It is a process of regaining access to the data, hardware, and software necessary to resume critical business operations after a natural or human-induced disaster. There are two types of disaster recovery planning: interim recovery plan. An interim recovery plan includes steps that can be followed to recover systems in case the disaster occurs tomorrow. It takes just 2 minutes from start to finish. Interim plan should include access to people. Organization charts should be included to show who is assigned what areas of responsibilities and who are their assistants. Contact information of each key person should also be included. Vendor list: it contains list of all companies and their contact information where the organizations have accounts set up for quickly buying emergency supplies. Software asset list: it includes list of all softwares that we protect and ensuring against loss. Trained first responders: there must be volunteer firefighters of emergency medical technicians that must have critical skills to be used in crisis until emergency crew arrives. Full data recovery plan: after the interim data recovery plan, it is required to develop a real data recovery project. And considerations for full recovery planning are: executive sponsorship. Data recovery projects are disruptive. They require the best and brightest minds in the business and taking those minds away from other projects. Well-defined scope: the project scope can be defined in a formal document known as charter that defines the project in terms of project definition, project objectives, key milestones, key responsibilities, and source of funding. Committed resources: there is a need to make specific commitments of specific resources and adjust certain named individuals' time and priorities. The right experts: staff members and managers who are most familiar with critical business operations and IT systems that support them need to develop and test data recovery procedures. Time to develop the project plan: the necessary resources required should be identified and quantified, and the time and funding required should also be identified. Support from all stakeholders: a data recovery project requires support not only from IT, whereas also from line managers, middle managers, and executive managers that operates critical processes. Other departments such as accounting, HR planning, etc. may play a role in data recovery planning. Testing: a disaster recovery plan is useless without testing. Until all the recovery procedures are thoroughly tested, the organization expects those procedures could save it from ruin if a disaster occurs. Full life cycle commitment: successful completion of last test does not indicate completion of data recovery project. However, there must be other activities such as periodic testing, periodic reviews, periodic revisions, and business impact analysis and risk analysis review. Luck: the role of luck in disaster recovery planning deals with whether an organization experiences a disaster that threatens its survival and the organization is pretty lucky if no disaster occur, at least completion of data recovery plan. Outsourcing: outsourcing data recovery plan is an alternative to those firms which lack solid knowledge about IT infrastructure necessary to administer and implement data recovery procedures, and its benefits includes low cost, ease of implementation, and lesser deployment time. Thanks.